morning. And so, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're in the process of reaching out, and you help us here today with this extraordinary turnout. You know, we're going to bring our message all throughout the 19th. Mark mentioned some ways that you can help. I mean, clearly, the phone banking, also Facebook. I'd recommend that we get you signed up on Facebook. Perhaps we can even do it before you leave. We want to get ready for that door-to-door when we do it. I'm also a big believer in doing the house parties. So I think we've already got one scheduled in each of the counties coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But these are tremendous opportunities. In 2010, we had anywhere from 50 to 100 people from any given town, and I get an opportunity to meet with folks like this. This is the kind of leadership I think we need in America right now in the Congress. Not from afar, but right here next to you, listening very carefully to the kind of representation that you want in the Congress. And so days like today are going to help us move forward with that. And I can tell you this campaign, I plan to run on my record. You know, you see that too often. You'll see somebody who's had the privilege of being in an office, and then they want to run down some other opponent. Let me tell you what this is about. You know, I want to offer to you what I've been doing, and I want to earn the privilege of continuing to serve. And I'm proud to run on my record. I want to tell you that when our area was hit with the storm, you know, right away from the moment the rain stopped, you know, I was out making assessments all throughout the 20th Congressional District and trying to provide the expertise that I had in the military as far as setting up emergency operations centers. And then very quickly getting involved in ensuring that we had the appropriations necessary so that FEMA was funded, that we worked the emergency conservation program for farmers, the emergency watershed programs for localities, that we had community development block grant money available for localities, economic development money, and money for roads and bridges. I worked this with Peter Welch, Democrat from Vermont. This was a bipartisan effort, working together to get our colleagues to understand the challenges that we had here throughout the Northeast and beyond, quite frankly, from Hurricanes Irene and Lee. And we got that into law. The initial tranche came in September. It took 2 months to get all this appropriations done, but we were persistent, and we got that done, and it was very important for our area. And now we continue, because you know what? Just getting the money appropriated is just the very beginning. You know, we're working now, even today. I came right before this event. I came from another meeting in Prattsville. I do them about monthly, where we chair. I'm a facilitator in this case, and I'm bringing federal, state, county, local officials, and we work an agenda to ensure accountability of the bureaucracy, of the project worksheets that get submitted. We're tracking them all the way until the money ends up in the towns. And this is an important role that we're providing for our areas. And I want to bring that because I know Ulster County, in Sullivan County, and other parts of the new district, certainly Schoharie County, parts of Montgomery County, were hit very bad by this storm. And I want to bring that kind of leadership to those areas to help them make that full recovery. Now let me also tell you this. Thank you. Hoorah! When you talk about growing the economy, let me tell you this. The first thing I did after I retired from the Army was to listen. And I learned a lot from listening to our small business owners and their employees. And what that formed over time, over a short period of time of listening, I was able to form what they were needing in their representation in the Congress. There are 6 variables that I can work to help the underlying business environment to move it from hostile and uncertain to make it facilitating the growth. The first 4 I call the impediments to growth. They're a reality in life, but we have the judgment right on those 4 so that we can set the conditions for growth. We're talking about taxes, regulation, healthcare costs, and energy costs. What we're looking to do with taxes is we recognize the fact that we have a tax code right now that is way too complex, and it's unfair to our small business owners and to our working class families. I've been advocating for pro-growth comprehensive tax reform. I had an opportunity to vote for it in the bipartisan budget, and I'm going to continue to advocate for it going forward. Regulation. We have sponsored and passed a number of bills in the House that brings back in balance the federal government's role as it relates to providing for a just society and one that promotes public health and public safety. But let me just illustrate